Try to figure out who I am. Not sure what I'm doing here. And the days don't work out the way I thought they would. And before you there was no one who understood. Never found somewhere I fit in. Until I met you I was feeling lost. But you're the one who can make it go away. All you have to do is look at me. Sometimes I can't breathe, but it feels like you're the one who saves me. When I try, but don't succeed. Yeah, it feels like you're the one who saves me. The one who saves me.
I'm trying my best to hold on.
Hey y'all, I started this video off a little bit different than all of my other videos. What I should be doing right now is telling you everything that I am about to clean and how I should be cleaning it, and how what you are about to watch is going to be super motivating for you. But instead, I'm going to say that sometimes getting everything done is so incredibly hard when you feel like it's not worth it. I can't tell you how many times I think about just leaving the mess there because I feel like it'll just become a disaster in 5 minutes and it's just not even worth even trying. I am a true believer that perfection is also paralyzation, and trying to get everything perfect is just at the end of the day going to make your life so much more stressful. I have said this over and over again throughout my videos. I am not a very good homemaker. I am struggling sometime as a parent. I don't always have the house together. I lose my temper sometimes, but I'm doing the best I can. Sometimes just hearing someone else be vulnerable and admit that is all the motivation I need. Some days are going to be harder than others, but let's try and make today one of those good days. If you're new here, my name is Michelle, and yes, I do cleaning motivation videos. And yes, this video is going to be very motivational for you. But my overall goal in this community is to ultimately inspire you to do the things that you want to do. If you are not already subscribed, and by the end of this video, if I have somehow accomplished my goal and inspired you to feel a certain way or feel more positive or get something done today, then I really, really hope that you'll subscribe. This way I can continue to be that for you in the future.
I've been dreaming so much lately about your face when you're smiling. It's the only thing that saves me. Hey, I don't know if I told you that I think you're beautiful, and how I can't wait to hold you. Yeah, you pull me up when I'm falling down, and I don't know what I would do without you. Yeah, you pull me up when I'm falling down. Hey, now look into my eyes. You can use them as a mirror, baby. You're my ticket to paradise. Hey, now everything's alright. We've been longing for each other, and it feels like I'm on cloud nine.
Now I know aside from the inspiration, you are here for the cleaning. So some of the things that I am going to accomplish today, and it takes me about 2 days to get everything done, is basically just focus on the kitchen, the sink. I'm going to go ahead and clear out my entire laundry room and get everything dusted and picked up. Then I'm going to our shower. If you had been here before the last, I want to say like a month or two, we have had an issue with drain flies, and drain flies make like these little worms in the bathtub, and I have been using bleach to try and flush them out of the drain, but we are still having a little bit of a problem. So I am trying out a new cleaner in the shower and seeing how well that cleans. And then if you make it to closer to the end, then outside we have another worm problem, which you've probably saw. So we are going to be taking everything off of the patio, power washing the patio, and I mean, a lot of these bugs are pretty disgusting. So once we get to that point, I have a really funny story that I also wanted to share. You guys are probably going to think that I am paranoid and crazy, but I don't like bugs. I mean, it takes a lot to like disgust me, I guess you can say, and I can handle some bugs, but I just really don't like bugs in general. But I would also assume that most people don't either.
Everything's alright. We've been longing for each other, and it feels like I'm on cloud nine. Yeah, you pull me up when I'm falling down, and I don't know how I would do without you. Yeah, you pull me up when I'm falling down.
I am using the Jaws kitchen cleaner to rinse out the sink. I really do like the Jaws cleaner. I also like the pink stuff. So those are the two things that I typically use in the kitchen, and those are my favorites so far. Every once in a while, I still just use like the dish soap. So I have the Dawn spray dish soap, and I wanted to get y'all's opinion. So I'm not a big fan of the spray. I bought it because I saw some other people use it, and I like the concept of it, and I like that it just sprays and it's easy to clean with, but I don't like the smell of it. I just think it smells funny. I don't know. So leave me a comment below. If you have tried the Dawn spray, do you like it, or do you also think it has like a different smell to it?
I will follow you wherever, and I won't waste this. I'll follow you, yeah. I'll follow you, yeah. Could you come a little closer now? 'Cause I don't wanna slow this down. My heart is screaming out your name. I'm wasted on you. Here we are, right underneath the stars. So let's get a little reckless. You make me breathless, and I won't waste it.
I'm using the Jaws granite cleaner, and whenever I first use this, I just got it a couple weeks ago, and I was saying that I thought that it smelled really good, but I didn't know what the smell was. And I finally looked on the side of the bottle. I didn't see that they have specific scents. So this is a basil cucumber scent. So I was like, man, it smells really good, but I just can't figure out what the smell is. And so that's what the granite cleaner is a basil cucumber, and it's not over the top strong like some of the other ones are. Also, if you've been following me, my goal is to go 80% more natural and cleaner products. I think I've tried about 5 different all-purpose cleaners that are all natural. Jaws did send me these products to try, and the reason why I reached out to them to try the products is 1, to see if they would give you guys a discount code, and 2, it's because it's the one that y'all recommended to me the most.
Forever, and I won't waste it. I'll follow you, yeah. I'll follow you, yeah.
The next thing that I am cleaning off is our coffee table. I think that is milk all over there, but I honestly couldn't tell you because we have had it for a really long time. We also have a wooden table in our dining room, and I used to struggle with finding like wood cleaner. So I remember, I have the Jaws cleaner, and I just remember like having wood cleaner, I guess. So I grabbed obviously it says hardwood cleaner, and I start cleaning the table, and I think that it's doing like a really good job. And of course it's, hardwood floor cleaner, but I ended up just using it anyway, trying to get creative, and it actually did a really good job. Chris, who is my husband, he will tell me, you're really smart and intelligent, but sometimes you just don't have common sense. I tell him it's not that I don't have common sense, it's just that it doesn't bother me that much to care about it. Like if I use hardwood floor cleaner on our old wooden scratch table, if I ruin it, then I'll figure it out later. Like in this case, it didn't ruin the table, it actually cleaned it up pretty good. One thing that I am going to be trying out is the Tinco Pure One S11 vacuum. I did partner with Tinco on this vacuum, but for me, it was a no-brainer because I already own their wet vacuum, and I pretty much use it in every single video. I purchased it a couple months ago off of Amazon when it went on sale. I purchased it for myself because it saved me a lot of time whenever it was a vacuum and mop in one. So I already knew that this brand is reliable because I already own their products. So this is the vacuum, and it comes with several different attachments. The attachments that I use the most are going to be the handheld device because I typically like to vacuum the couch, and also the regular cordless vacuum part. We had just gotten back from a weekend vacation and it came in, so I'm just kind of unboxing it and seeing how easy it is to put all of the parts together. And when we did get back, I noticed that our dog had jumped on the couch. We had someone come over and kind of watch her in and out, but she did get on the couch, so that's why the second that the vacuum came in, I wanted to test it and see how good it got all of the dog hair off of the couch. So it has two different suction powers, and right here I'm not using the max power, but later on I end up turning on the max power, and I want to see, like, just going through it once, how good it is getting all the dog hair, or do I have to go through it multiple times? And it has super strong suction, so just with like one stroke, it pretty much picked up all of the dog hair. So when I got it out of the box, it does have a charge to it, but it wasn't 100% charged. So I pretty much vacuumed up the entire couch with it until it ran out of charge. So that's why I had to go back and charge it. And then the next day, I picked back up and used several different attachments and finished the couch. One kind of cool feature is on the screen display. If it's picking up more dust or more debris or anything, then the screen will adjust its suction automatically, and you'll actually see that it turns red around the screen circle part. I'll show you guys that in just a little bit.
What I do is try to give you more than words. When I say I quit.
I'm switching up the attachments and using one of the smaller attachments to kind of get in the cracks in between the couch. Cleaning the couch is a little traumatizing for me. If you have been around for a while, then you have already heard the mouse story, and it has gone on about, and you guys have shared so many different mice story with me that it is just hilarious. So I will just tell you guys that story real quick in case you haven't been around that long. So one time I was cleaning up the couch, and I lifted the couch up, and we saw little brown pellets in the corner of the couch, and I told Chris, I was like, please don't tell me that is like mice poop or something. And he's like, no. So we were totally in denial, and come to find out that it was underneath that cushion that it really was. And that's how we found out that we had a mouse in our house. I think it was more traumatizing knowing that it was in our couch at some points. So I am always traumatized to lift up the cushion because I am scared of what I'm going to find. But what's even more funny is every time somebody saw that video, they would comment about different mice story that they have had as well. And one time I shared all of these stories, and I think the one story that really got everybody was that somebody said that whenever they looked up on their ceiling fan, they saw a mouse on their ceiling fan. And whenever I told that story, so many people commented, "You just made me look up at my ceiling fan, and now I am terrified." So don't worry, I felt the same way. But that is the famous mouse story and why I always get a little freaked out when I start vacuuming the couch.
What to do? Yeah, I got you, I got you, I got you. What I do is try to give you more than words. When I say I quit, it's only 'cause it hurts.
So far, I'm loving the Tenco cordless section, handheld section of the vacuum, because I want something that is going to get the dog hair out fast and easy, and something that has a strong enough suction to make the pretty vacuum lines on the couch. So I've tried out 2 of the handheld attachments, and then once I start vacuuming the rug, then I'm going to try out the larger attachment.
Be brave and come along, I'll be alright. Promise we don't need no brake lights. We can travel the world, so just say yes. Choose to do whatever comes next. This or that, getting drunk on whiskey on a Tuesday night. Drinking red wine by an open fire, make love or fight. This or that. This or that. Evenings on the train or catch a morning flight. Enjoying dinner until midnight.
One thing I noticed that was really cool and different about this vacuum is whenever you start to use it, it has a light, so you can actually see the dust whenever you're picking it up. I can tell that the suction is very, very strong. It is kind of pulling up the rug a little bit, so it's not on max power, but that's something I like because I know that it's picking everything up. So here you can see when the suction changes, like when it's detecting dirt, it actually turns red a little bit, depending on how much dirt you're picking up and how much it's suctioning. It runs for about 40 minutes or up to 40 minutes, and it's easy to maneuver around. So I had the opportunity to test out this vacuum for a couple of weeks, and over the weekend we had some friends come over and they saw the vacuum chart like sitting up kind of in my entryway where I had kept it. And they were like, "Oh, is this a new vacuum? How does it do? Does it work?" And I had 3 friends come over, and we were all just sitting around the kitchen vacuuming with it. This is a true story. And, we started testing different things. We started testing different products, and all 3 of them said that this was their favorite vacuum. For me, the light feature is like a game changer. I would have never thought to include a light at the end of the vacuum, but it really does help you see what you're vacuuming and does help you see all that dust. The bin can hold a lot of dirt and dust, and it's easy to open up. You just press a little button on the bottom, and then it opens up the back, and then you can empty it out. I do have a discount code for all of you guys to use, so be sure to click the link in my description in order to take advantage of that discount.
This or that.
I'll be moving some of the laundry around, and I decided that I was just going to empty out and clean up this laundry room.
Hoping what I said could make you change your mind, though it doesn't really matter when my hands are tied. I'm trying to walk across.
Right now I'm really hooked on the Method laundry detergent. So one of those bigger bottles can hold up to 66 loads, and The smell of it is one that is probably my favorite.
Show me what I need. I know I'm blind, but I hear symphonies of your heartbeat.
I mentioned earlier in this video, I said I'm actually not a very good homemaker. Maybe a first thought you might have is, why do you do cleaning and homemaking videos if one, you're not that great at it, and two, you don't absolutely die hard love cleaning? But let me tell you what I do love. I love getting creative and kind of challenging my mind. I love YouTube and I love inspiring. I kind of fell into the cleaning space when I was trying to narrow down what my channel was going to be about, and last October when a lot of the decorating videos came out, clean and decorate videos. I really love seasonal decorating. I just like the vibe. I like the way that it makes me feel when I come into my house. I like the fact that it almost feels like a brand new space, just by changing up the decor seasonally. So that's kind of how I also fell into the cleaning space. It was also a very, widely watched topic. Sometimes when I see people do like such extreme organizing, to me, it's sometimes almost unrealistic, especially if someone who is trying to solve an issue or just get started into doing a big declutter or just trying to, change up their cleaning style. It just felt a little bit unrealistic for me, just starting off and not being that great at homemaking, to like watching some of these like super extreme videos. Like the home edit Netflix show got me really inspired, but that wasn't super realistic for me. So I have started off showing you guys like some of my more extreme spaces, being like a non-professional organizer, just kind of being someone with 2 kids trying to get by, being really career focused, not so great at homemaking. I've started off organizing spaces in my kitchen, my drawers, my cabinets, my pantry, my refrigerator, and just last week, my car. It's taken me about a year to accomplish all of that, and I still have a lot to do. My goal is to show you that you can do just a little bit at a time and do what feels right for you. Jump out of your comfort zone a little bit, try new things, and have an open mind.
I'm feeling down, I don't know why. No, it's so.
I'm moving on to the bathroom, and there you can see is a super small little worm, which is actually a drain fly. I made this special blend of toilet bowl cleaner through my Simply Earth essential oil box. I used it last week, but I said I wish that the toilet was a little bit dirtier so I could see how well it really cleans. So since we were out of town and I guess I hadn't cleaned our toilet in a little while, then I put it in the toilet bowl and I'm just going to let it sit for a few minutes.
So we don't need to go on a fast. I need this night to last. So you were like me, wanna be free like a summer night. I'm feeling down, I don't know why. What an alibi. But I'm glad you're here. Oh. I don't ask for much, no, I don't need that much, yeah. Though I want your touch. Baby, I so high, stay. I don't mind a little crazy. But baby, I so high, stay. We don't need to go on a fast. I need
last couple of times I've cleaned out our shower, I have a really old scrubbing brush, and I would literally be on my hands and knees scrubbing for like 30 minutes or so. So somebody recommended like getting the electric tools. So I ordered that little electric scrubber brush on Amazon, and this is my first time trying it out. So this cool little thing is basically cordless, and it comes with different nozzles for scrubbing. So I just picked out the biggest one, and it also bends, and basically all you do is just press a button and then it starts spinning.
I want to be daring, baby, dance the night away. I let my head down if I won. Don't you just get tired chasing fame and being pretty all the time? Doesn't sound like fun.
It literally reminds me of an electric toothbrush, and I think that it does a really good job. It's a lot better than me manually going down and scrubbing on my hands and knees. So far, I've gotten a lot done. I went back and used the Branch Basics Oxygen Boost. It's like a powdery type thing that is good for bathrooms. So I sprinkled that all over the bathroom, added a little bit of water, and that's what's giving it that white foamy effect.
Silly baby, dance the night away. I'll kick my shoes off if I want. Let yourself be free, and maybe you will find that there is more to life than being pretty. Honey, let's just face it, you can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better, so much better.
To get the corners, I ended up swapping the nozzles for one of the smaller ones. That way it deep cleans out those corners.
I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. You can. Baby, let your head down. Be a little wilder. Baby, kick your shoes off. You don't have to hide it. Baby, let your head down. Be a little wilder. Baby, kick your shoes off. Don't hide it. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wild.
Here on the wall is where you can see a really big difference on how good it works.
You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens.
So this is my daughter Savannah. She is coming in and checking on me because she really, really wants to help.
I'm gonna stay, but I'm just gonna wait in the background, watching you talk to her. I know this might look bad, but I'm just gonna melt in the background, watching you lean in.
Bathrooms are typically my worst favorite area to clean, but I am glad that I have everything scrubbed out and that our bathroom is nice and clean. Now we are on to the next problematic area. So just looking outside my back door, we have a ton of these like caterpillar worms piled up in the corner. It's so disgusting. So I go outside and I mean, they are crawling around everywhere. The day before, I saw some and I told Chris, I was like, there are like all of these caterpillars crawling around the patio. There weren't this many. And he was just like, he kind of brushed it off like, oh, okay, well, we'll spray something. And then the next morning he went outside and he was like, Michelle, they are everywhere. And I said, when you get home from work today, we are going to clean off this entire patio. We are going to somehow get rid of all of these caterpillar things.
I don't even know what it feels like when your eyes are staring at me. I miss them.
So once Chris got home that evening, I am cleaning off everything so that he's going to get the power washer out, as well as we have what's called like a surface pressure washer, and we're basically going to clean out the whole patio. So please just be careful if you are eating, because it gets really gross. So whenever I moved out our storage container, this is all what was under there. And we eventually did find out what all of these things were. So Chris did some research and found out that they are webworms, which are like the caterpillar version of white moths. After looking into it a little bit more, we saw that they are saying that they are pretty bad in Texas this season, and I don't know like where they came from. I know that Chris does like fertilizes our yard a lot, and I don't know if anything that he sprayed in the yard or anything like attracted them more. He says no, but you never know. So after we did all this, we did notice later that weekend that at night we saw like a lot of moths at night, and I guess they're called sod webworms. So I don't know if the moths lay the eggs in the grass and then they form in the grass and then kind of like crawl up the patio, but we think that's what's happening. So I start rolling up this rug, and then I kind of freak out midway because I'm just like, what is underneath this rug? And I saw another ginormous bug and kind of freaked out again. Like, I don't know where all these bugs are coming from. If you guys live in the country, I feel like if you live on land or if you live somewhat in the country, then this is you're probably used to all of this. But leave me a comment and let me know if like this is nothing to you, if you live out in the country, and like what kinds of bugs do you typically deal with.
Walking home late at night, maybe 2:30. A little drunk, but I'm alright, 'cause I've been hanging with you, and it feels like love. Tell me if I'm wrong, 'cause it feels like love. Yeah, it feels like love. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Don't know what you do, but you make me feel fine. And you can't deny we are not just killing time. You should let me know if you want this true. Baby, you just make me feel crazy. A little crazy for you. Yeah. I think about you and I want you here with me. Am I out of my mind, or is this how it should be? You made me sing about love, so just tell me if I'm wrong, but it feels like love. Yeah, it feels like love. Yeah. Don't know what you do, but you make me feel fine. And you can't deny we are not just killing.
So I told you guys that I had another kind of funny, crazy bug story that just happened to me recently. So in one of my videos, I talked about how the bug that I hate the absolute most was cockroaches. Like, those are the ones I absolutely cannot stand. And just recently, somebody watched that video and commented and said that and I'm just warning you guys, okay, just kind of be prepared for this. So that they lived in a house with someone where there was a lot of cockroaches, and that one time a cockroach went into her ear and she had to go and get it out. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. So one time I did have a small like bug flying to my ear, and I could hear it, and I like went and flushed it out, but I was like traumatized forever. And I even went to the doctor like a couple days later, and they're like, no, you're fine, there's nothing in there. So then recently I started feeling like, I don't know if just thinking about that made me freak out, and I just kept telling Chris, I'm like, I feel like there's something in my ear, and then I would kind of like talk myself out of it, like, you're kind of overreacting. So after like 3 days, I was like, there's something bothering me and I can't, figure it out. So I told Chris, I said, I'm going to the doctor, because now I've completely freaked myself out with all of these stories. And I go in and I just say I have an ear infection, right? Because I'm not going to go and tell them I think that there's a bug in my ear. So I go in and I tell him, I'm like, I don't know if I'm being paranoid, but I just think that maybe there's something in there, so just beware. And he looks in there and he's like, there's nothing in your ear. It's not, you're just totally freaking out. And I was like, I knew it. He's like, there's a little bit of fluid in your ear. It's not infected, but there's absolutely no bug or anything in your ear. So I just want to tell you guys that, because I really get freaked out, and Chris just thought I was so crazy. And I was like, I'm actually really glad that I'm crazy, because luckily there was nothing in there.
So I won't stick with it, running in a wheel, no. So I'll be taking off, for I'm dead and gone,
Once we have everything cleaned off, then we let it dry for a couple of days in the sun before we put everything back on the patio. Now, I can say that over the next week, we have seen such a decrease in the amount of those webworms. Chris was able to spray the yard, and we still see some here and there, but luckily we have gotten the issue a little bit under control. I really appreciate each and every one of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure that you like it and subscribe to my channel. I have lots of cleaning and decorating, seasonal decorating coming up in the next few months, so I wouldn't want you to miss that. I will see you in next week's video.
I'm